This is Destiny's ideal Wikipedia. Just to be clear, let me reiterate this, and I'll say this as we all go hurtling over the cliff, okay? One of the reasons why the internet has become so dog shit now is because of how fucking entitled all of you fucking crybabies are about everything on the fucking internet. You guys want to ad block every single thing. You don't want to pay for fucking anything. You expect everything to be instantaneous, high quality, free to you, available across all of your devices with an infinite amount of choice on everything, right? Like, you guys don't even understand how unbelievably fucking privileged you are in terms of your access to anything. You guys will cry when the Spotify shit is like $14 a month or some shit. Another subscription. Bro, I remember having to buy CDs, okay? You know how annoying that shit was? Before iTunes? That was like $12, $13, $14, okay? Dustin, you're ass mad we're losing you money. I'm ass mad that all of the software that I use sucks now because of you. I'm rich. I don't care, all right, if you ad block me. Motherfuckers, but if you do ad block me, fuck you, and I will find you. Don't ad block me. But, just the whole internet, one of the reasons why they're like all the news websites are all paywalled, and why there's on the sites that do have ads, they're like the most obnoxious, horrible fucking ads ever, and why everything is turned into software as a service instead of just being able to buy a product. It's now like monthly subscriptions and all these other dog shit add-ons, is because people have to find other ways to raise money. So yeah, but you know, okay, I don't know this. Software as a service is popular not because people won't buy things, but because it's more profitable. I think it's because you can't sell software for more money because people will lose their minds. Like, I think you guys all expect video games to still cost $60 a piece, despite the fact that video games were $60 a piece like 25 years ago. Like, even if they just kept up with inflation, $60 in 2000 to 2024. Like, even if games weren't more expensive to make, and even if we just made the exact same types of games or whatever, they should cost like at least $100 now, if not more. But if somebody retailed a game for $100, even if like GTA 6 came out, you would lose your fucking mind. It would be over. You would probably collectively seppuku. You'd all mass kill yourselves. $100 video game. Meanwhile, GTA 5 cost like, was it $500 million to create? GTA 5 budget. Am I making that up? Okay, $250 million. Holy fuck! This is why I just want them to make Internet 2, okay, where I can buy Windows for $400. Sell me a $400 license for Windows. I'll buy it. And there's no Windows Store. There's no Cortana. Don't sell me anything. Just let me buy a piece of software. And then I'm good. That's it. Make Internet 2, where I can just like buy a subscription to something, and that's it. I don't have to worry about ads. I don't have to worry about whatever. I'll pay the money for it. Okay? That's fine. Like YouTube Premium? Yeah, I think YouTube Premium is fine. Just get on Linux then. I watch some fucking... Do I want to call it a cringe video? I don't think this is for my audience at all. I don't know who this guy is.
I had finally snapped. My brain...
James Lee? Does anybody know who this dude is?
...was on fire for years now.
They're very dramatic videos, but...
I've been infatuated with Linux. Ending my reliance on Adobe finally gave me the confidence to start experimenting with a new operating system, and I was determined to learn about the terminal, Flatpaks, and of course, Fisk. Something that I didn't quite grasp about Linux early on, but I've come to really love and appreciate about it, is that it's built for you to customize and really make your own. So you might think that there's missing features in the sound panel. Well, it's designed for you to install whatever sound panel you want. And people have made heaps of them. It's basic for a reason, and that's to give you a solid, lightweight base for you to build on top of. A popular distro is Linux Mint, and when I first used it I thought, I like the taskbar, I like the way the panels snap, I like the way it feels like Windows. But even all that stuff, it's just a pre-installed graphical user interface called Cinnamon, which is installed on top of Mint. You can change it to something else. You can make it feel like Mac OS, or have no user interface, or some interface that looks like something that you've never even seen before. And it feels so snappy. Why is it so slow on Windows to load a folder full of WAV files? And why does file search still suck? I used it on my friend's Mac OS.
I'm getting closer to this. I don't want to become that guy, but I'm like getting closer. I really don't like Windows these days. I don't like Windows because of like basic things that shouldn't be a thing. Like, one thing that I hate that's true for phones, and I've complained about this forever. Listen, if you're a Windows dev, here are just some things that I don't like anymore. I don't like the obfuscation of the file system. Now, I just might be an old guy, okay? And maybe I'm just used to how things used to be, but like I thought like tree structures were totally fine. They were A-okay. You click the thing, you go to the next folder, you click the thing, you go, and it's like trees, and it makes sense, and I get that. I don't know why we can't just stick with that. That was okay. And Windows forcing me to maintain folders with custom icons in my user folder? Why? Like, are you aware that you... Also, any integration... Xbox games and the Xbox, what's the shortcut for it? Is it Windows G? No. Oh, it is. And Cortana. I don't ever need this, ever. I don't want this ever on my computer. I don't even know if you can truly get rid of it. I think you can only disable it and it gets re-enabled randomly with certain Windows updates. I don't want this on my computer ever. I don't ever want this. I don't need this. Okay? I never downloaded it. I never asked for it. When you go in the user folder, it will always have these folders. Did you know that you can't delete the videos and the pictures and OneDrive and download? You can't delete these folders because Windows will forcibly recreate them. There's like so many little things in here that I fucking hate. Why can I not see the... I swear to God, I could do this in Windows 7. Did they change this? Did you know that you can't see the size of a folder? I can't arrange my folders by size? Other Explorers that I download on Windows are able to do that. Why can I not ever see the size of a folder? They say because the way that the bullshit works, it would slow it down too much. But like... there should be ways to index the information or to do a read one time and then scan the folder for changes and then just display the size as long as there's no change. Like I know there are ways to do this. It's 2024, okay? There are so many things that I don't like about Windows now. I hate everything. I don't think I ever use this menu anymore. This is unusable to me. I don't even know how these apps are populated. I don't think I've ever used the window. I don't even need this thing on my hotbar. I don't need this. Remember when having WeatherBug was a sign that you were computer illiterate? I don't need all this. I don't know what any of this is. Like, yeah. I just hate it. I would pay 2, 3, 4 times whatever I need to like make it worth it to Microsoft to maintain a separate development branch or whatever. But like, just let me like, but yeah, I don't know. The more like all this stupid shit comes up, it makes me want to try like installing some distro of Linux and then configuring and fucking with it. I don't know.
It was instant. That was 20 fucking years ago. I love that Linux isn't giving me recommendations or pop-ups or trying to steal my shit. It just leaves me alone. And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of headaches. And getting everything up and running is not exactly a wank in the park. But you know, a few years ago, you couldn't even run games on Linux. Now most...
If you move to Linux, I would assume that you would have a bunch of issues with audio and video devices, especially those using proprietary software. You know what? Maybe, but at this point, honestly, I feel like everybody's so fucking retarded. I bet it's not true. You want to know the hottest fucking take? Here's the hottest fucking take. I bet that the majority of headaches from Linux come from retards that download it and look for fucking Windows binaries and can't double click to install something, or people that have no idea how to live inside of a terminal, or people that have no idea how to like Google and troubleshoot something. Like, I feel like the difficulty for it is probably dramatically overblown. Like, people will act like, oh God, this thing doesn't work with Linux and it's the most complicated shit in the world. I bet there's probably just some fucking library or some dependency or some environment that you just probably download, and it's probably not that hard. I bet it's all probably overblown. Also, I feel like there's so much support for everything these days, but who knows? Maybe I'm totally wrong on that. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just really don't like... I really don't like Windows right now. Man.
Most of them run fine. It's just such a good time to jump on board, and things are getting more compatible as time goes on. Thanks, Gabe. But the thing I like most about Linux is that despite the headaches trying to get everything to run, there's a real sense of passion and optimism and community. It feels like technology, made by humans, for humans, brings a freaking tear to my eye. It reminds me of when I was just...
Linux will make you like Windows, let's just say that. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's probably guides on the internet that will let you install a distro of Linux that probably has all the same GUIs and shit to make it look and run like Windows anyway, sans all the annoying shit. Like, I'm sure that's out there.
And all the things you could learn made me realize how much I've missed that sense of passion and optimism about tinkering around with technology. Yeah. I'd really recommend just installing Linux Mint to a USB stick, running it off that if you want to try it out. Don't worry, Oni. You won't break anything. So everybody's been dunking on Adobe and Microsoft lately. I think that both companies have become a symbol of just the general hatred that we all have towards...
No one cares. You're too stubborn for Mac, yet you're the legit target market. Rich guy who doesn't play video games anymore, who does AV production, podcast. I don't know. I've tried... I'm so used to, I think, the Windows environment. I'm not used to navigating the Mac stuff. So I don't know. The issue is that you're going to have one device that isn't well supported on Linux that causes a bunch of issues and it just works on Windows. Yeah, but like today, I feel like CPUs and everything are so fucking powerful. And don't CPUs literally have like hardware virtualization that are like built into the fucking, like built into the schematics of the chip? Like, is it really, if you really need to run some Windows shit, is it that hard to spin up a VM and just run it inside of another environment? Like, is that impossible? Or the thing is, like, there used to be a time when virtual machines and dual booting and doing things on the computer was like really hard because everything was so resource intensive and the chips sucked and it was just so much. But like, is it really that difficult? I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Fuck all. 'Cause I've never used Linux before. Most of the annoyances you showed, you can remove anyway, Destiny. Okay. This is such a naive take. There are super good reasons why a lot of the things exist the way they do in Windows that you just don't understand. You say that, but I know why they exist that way, and it's probably just because Windows makes more money that way. That's probably it, and then they can sell the OS for cheap, or they can give it away and just get people into the software as a service environment. But, okay. I have to make this ad read, because it's like doing my YouTube tomorrow, or I'm going to die. But I need to install... Rudy is now over 2 hours late for his court hearing today. When he was 1 hour and 44 minutes late, he posted this clip of his dog at Mar-a-Lago. Vinny loves hanging out at Mar-a-Lago, but he's ready to spend a lot more time in Washington, D.C. over the course of the next 4 years in support of his favorite president, Donald J. Trump. Jesus. What was the hearing for this? How do you debug software problems with OBS/audio streaming stuff? It might be more cumbersome when you switch to Linux. I don't know. First you Google and see if anybody else has had the same problem with the same setup. And then when that doesn't work, then you go through and you try changing a bunch of random shit to see if it actually works. And then when that doesn't work, then you pray to God. You clasp your hands and you pray. And then you open the README and you hope to God there's good documentation. And then when there's good documentation, you go, man, why didn't I just start off reading this whole thing? This would have been so much easier. And then when there's bad documentation, you go, this is why I never open these dog shit fucking files. Fuck this shit and fuck the people that made this incomprehensible shit software that was never meant to be understood by anybody except for the developer and maybe a few of his friends.
We're now at the precipice of a regional war. It's not the first time though. Up until now, Iran and